you're a fan of the classic film It's a Wonderful Life, whose setting of Bedford Falls may or may not have been based on the real nearby town of Seneca Falls, then you're familiar with George Bailey, the movie's main character and unlikely hero. But what do you know about Waterloo's George Bailey, who came to be nicknamed Bill after the popular song of the same name, the man whose funeral took place 72 years after his death?
In life, Bailey reportedly stood 6 feet tall and weighed 200 pounds and worked as a farmhand in the area. He died of a stroke on March 22, 1899, at age 45 in the town of Fayette, without any near relatives. Charles Genung, a pioneer in modern embalming methods and the second generation of the Genung Funeral Home family, received permission from New York State as well as county officials of the area to experiment with Bailey's corpse. At the time, Genung embalmed Bailey with the new technique of arterial injection, the technique that is basically the one in use today, Genung's grandson John later said. Bailey was embalmed with a single injection of embalming chemicals in the femoral artery. Thereafter, Bailey went on exhibit as a model for apprentice morticians. His body rested on an examining table in a shed behind the funeral home. The body was exposed to the environment but showed few signs of age, except for weighing only 50 to 60 pounds. A photograph of Bailey taken in 1900 was displayed beside the mummified corpse, which was clad only in a white linen loincloth. Bailey's body was kept above ground for instructional and scientific purposes, and the case was highlighted in medical journals and brought numerous professional embalmers to visit Bailey over the years. But by 1971, John Genung felt the experiment had proven successful and run its course. Now it was time to give George Bill Bailey a decent funeral and a proper burial. Though it is unclear whether Bailey was attended by clergy at the time of his death, clergy were present to officiate Bailey's funeral on July 30th, 1971. For the first time since his death, Bailey was fully dressed and placed in a vault in the Genung family plot in Maple Grove Cemetery. Funeral services took place at the Genung Funeral Home, with the pastor of St. Mary's Church and the rector of St. Paul's Episcopal Church officiating. Calling hours for the public were held at the funeral home. If you want to learn more about this and other local history topics, stop by the Terwilliger Museum or the National Memorial Day Museum.